So a lot of young generation, the Gen Zs, they are coming, they're getting confused that how AI may take up their jobs. So what would be your advice to them? Like, what do you see in future in store for them?
I actually believe they have an advantage.
How, sir?
I'll tell you how. The problem solving that they do, the way they think, this new gen, is actually very different. I'll give you an example of how my generation thinks about problem solving. I have realized this after talking to my son, who is like 25-year-old. We solve a problem very sequentially. Okay, I have to go from, let's say, Delhi to Pune. I'll say, okay, how do I go? I go by flight. So I'll say, okay, what are the flight options? Then how do I go to the airport? I'll think about going to the airport. From there, after I land, what do I do? Typically, that's how we solve the problem, right? These youngsters, they don't think like that. They think assemble. They have taxi booking options. How do you commute on ground? How do you travel long distance? The multiple options. Oh, you want to go from here to there? They'll assemble these options. Okay, which is a very different way of problem solving, right? And they are very intuitive to this. It's similar to how, and I'll give you a tech example, right? 20, 30 years ago when I was writing code, we would look at how memory is managed in the computers, right? Today, people don't need to worry about it. So these kids, when they generate code using these new tools, like, I'm going to use some tech terms like cursor and cloud, and now even Grok 4 is coming as code generators, right? They do not go and write these codes. They generate the code and then they assemble it very quickly. And if something doesn't work, they don't go and fix it. They just regenerate it again. It's a very different way of doing things. So I strongly believe that the new gen actually has an advantage over the older generation because they are solving it very differently. So the software engineer of today, which is the youngsters, are very different. The finance person of today is very different. The way they will connect with people, the way they will do their own financial services is very, very different. And I think they will bring a very different approach to whether they are doing retail, whether they're doing financial services, whether they're doing supply chain, whether they're doing technology. And I strongly believe that there is a great future for this youngster. You remember the first thing that I spoke about, the intelligence democratization. If you're an expert, your expertise is not a USP today. The youngster has access to the same expertise to at least 60-70%. Now it's the ability to solve the problem. And if they can think differently, they can actually solve it better. So my advice to youngsters is, you are actually better prepared. Keep your mind open, learn these new tools, invest in your ability to learn, do a lot more of these new things, and based on that, you'll actually do a better job. And you are actually better equipped. So don't think of yourself that you are competing against something. You are actually creating a better opportunity for a new generation. That's how I would think.
No, sir, that's very reassuring for the Gen Zs and the young professionals who are entering the market now, and a lot of reassurance to them on that space. And so you're saying that problem solving is a critical skill to have in future, and if we can really build upon identifying the patterns, solving the problems, and maybe the contextualization of the problem, that will really help us to use the tools of AI and build upon the solutions around that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you look at this, I'll give you a movie example.
Yeah.
People made movies using, camera and techniques and all that. This new generation, the video generators, which is coming up, right?
Yeah.
You could be storytelling. I mean, maybe the animation studio will be dead. Some kid sitting somewhere in Gurgaon here could be making the next Toy Stories, or some new version of that, which will win an Oscar. It's just a visualization, right? Your visualization of how you want the story to be told can be dramatic. You could be a movie maker better than the best in the world because you have access to tools now. And you could be a 14-year-old kid doing this. You don't need to be a 45-year-old, movie mogul to be able to do that. So I think it's truly disruptive, and it's actually an advantage for these youngsters.